What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and in today's video we're taking a look at the latest updates surrounding Ye, including what's going on with his website Yeezy.com, potential merch updates, and so much more. Now before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the homie Strain Beats who's been cooking up the beats for these videos, so make sure you guys check them out. And while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe and join our free Discord to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest. Shout out to all of my chefs in there. Now, it's been over 2 weeks since my latest Ye update video, and I figured since we've had some motion on his website over the last couple of days, what better time than to take a look at what's going on with the man himself. Starting things off with the most obvious being that they've removed all of the available $20 Yeezy merch collection and mentioned that Yeezy is no longer accepting online purchases and that all existing orders will be fulfilled. And while the website mentions that there are nearly 24,000 orders remaining, I purposely waited just a couple of days to see if that number would update, and while it hasn't, I really want to believe that the team at Yeezy has been diligently at work getting out the rest of these remaining orders. Now, as someone that's been covering this Yeezy shipping disaster since the beginning, I want to believe this is good news, and I also want to remind you guys of this email that was sent out by Yeezy support some months ago, reminding us that they were shipping out anywhere from 10 to 15,000 pods a day. So while I do think it's great that the team is finally pausing new orders from being placed, hopefully to fulfill all of the previous ones, I can't help but feel this is just a little bit overdue, especially as someone that waited nearly 5 months for my original order. Now with that being said, it would only make sense to me that the team is working hard to catch up on all of the existing orders before they go ahead and drop an all new collection of merch, and fingers crossed that's exactly what happens. Now when I see the website itself at the moment, they mention that all online orders will be stopped, so it makes me wonder about the Yeezy headquarters, which is currently under construction, and what Ye's plans on that might be in the future. Because it wasn't that long ago that we had the Yeezy Gap collection, which was available in select stores. And speaking of Yeezy Gap, I wanted to share the following update that might have something to do with the $80,000 worth of stolen Yeezy Gap that we saw just a couple of months ago. As it was just a couple of days ago that one of my head chefs in the Discord, aka my boy Keaton, shared the following websites that really got me interested in making today's video, with the first of which being a website called Los Angeles Archive that currently has a bunch of these Yeezy Gap pieces for significantly cheaper than you can find online and even available for resale on StockX. And since Ye was not able to sell this Yeezy Gap collection to fans in North America due to some weird contractual obligations, I honestly think this is a cool alternative. And while there may be some skepticism, I do want to shout out the homie Funny Rage, who pointed out the following similarities between the product images right here and the Yeezy headquarters or the headquarters of Los Angeles Apparel, kind of connecting the two and perhaps suggesting that there is some connection and that this is authentic. Now additionally, we also found the following website, which also has its own collection of Yeezy Gap for the low, so I'll go ahead and include that one in the description. And again, while I'm not sponsored by these or have anything to do with them, I thought that this would be appreciated by fans alike. Now while I think it's safe to say that only Ye knows what the next move is, and while lately I'm not even sure he knows, I really want to believe that the next Vultures rollout begins soon, and although we haven't gotten any indication, I really hope this man drops this red set of Yeezy merch, because it's been my favorite and I've not stopped thinking about it since the beginning of the rollout. And if his choice of attire is any preview for the next era that we're about to enter, I have a feeling that the merch itself will be reflective of the fact that he's been wearing a ton of white. Now additionally, Moa Lola, who is who he collabed with on the wet tank here, is also teasing that the following one will be releasing over the next week or so, which is also a positive sign. And as always, I want to remind you guys that we did have this initial Yeezy slide that was teased at the beginning of the Vultures rollout, which of course has not seen the light of day. So I'm wondering if this is something that will eventually be available, and also for the $20. So if waiting for these next Yeezy slides to drop is not your thing, I also want to remind you that Adidas has been slashing the price on many of the existing Yeezy models, with many of them available online for up to 50% off. Now if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to know what you guys think about this one in the comments, and more importantly how you feel about the Yeezy website finally being updated and whether or not you think some new merch is on the way. When I look at this tattoo right here, it's honestly crazy to think back just how lit and hyped the Vultures era was. So I hope that we can honestly get back to that at some point, because it was really dope to have something to look forward to every single week. Now, as always, guys, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen, and let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments. I appreciate your patience, as I know the news hasn't been that steady, but as always, I prefer to give you guys something informational, actual, and factual, rather than wasting your time with some BS clickbait. So thank you guys for your patience. Please remember to stay safe out there. It was just this past week that I lost a former customer and a friend to gun violence, and I hate to be saying that, so please just be safe out there, guys. I'm not even gonna edit this out. Remember to be kind to each other. I love you guys for real, and as always, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen, and remember, it's lit straight up, and peace.